Captain Hisham El Swir. Ashraf Abdallah, part of the starting 7 that is announced. Ahmed Suleiman. Number 9 will be El Sayed Musa.
Number 12, Abul Yasser. Number 14, Abul Khiar.
Abu El Zaid and Abu El Khir, middle blocker and outside hitter respectively, while Abdel Latif is the libero.
And now, the starting lineup for the team from Brazil.
Now for the fans to get a little excited. Anticipation over this bronze medal match. Giba. Daniel. Number 5. Fred captains the side. Wellington. There's Wellington. Height advantage. Renato. Wesley. And the libero. Number 4, Rodrigo. Coached by Fernando Lages Guimarães.
So Brazil are playing in green, Egypt in white. It's Egypt to get proceedings underway. And this is the bronze medal match for the men's sitting volleyball at the Rio 2016 Paralympic Games. Well, it's first point to Egypt. That ball has gone long. Giba to serve. And the block unsuccessful by Egypt. It's fallen on their side of the court. The double hit was actually given. The ball's gone up and come back down again, hence 2 hits consecutively. Abdallah to serve.
Abdallah going long this time.
Apologies, that was Giba, my mistake. So Giba to serve.
Serve goes long, 2-2.
Well, that one was close, wasn't it?
It's so important to land the first serve, the serves. Really, in sitting volleyball, you can't be giving away free points. Great point. Taking control of the net, Fred. Good power off the fingertips and out. Point to Brazil. Substitution off as Wesley makes his way on for the libero. He cannot rotate to the front line on the court.
Wellington to serve. Block out given. Nip and tuck here in the opening set. Suleiman to serve now for Egypt, 3 apiece. And that one found the court.
Just deft touch. Didn't go for power. Little placement.
Nicely kept in play.
Level at 4. Neither one of these sides has been able to extend an advantage beyond a point in the game so far. So fairly evenly matched. Response to every threat to pull away.
So Elswick to serve. Point given this time to Egypt. Not by Wesley, just couldn't quite make it back over the net. So Elswick to continue serving. Oh, nice spike.
Super Spike Brazil.
Just inside. Daniel now to serve for Brazil at 5-all. Well, the spike was blocked nicely by number 9.
Big block number 9
Musa,
by
who's
Musa
put
on
the
the front
ball
line.
back down on the court.
6-5. Egypt.
Good control of the net. Lovely by Musa. Down on the Brazilian side of the court.
Abdul Kier to serve. Well, takes the touch from the Egyptians, rolls across the net and out of play. Wesley to serve. Well, the block again by Egypt, absolutely superb. That's Abouel Yazid. Hands up early, gets the touch and manages to find space. Abouel Yazid, well, he serves now at 7-6. Well, that's gone wide, and we're now going to go to the first technical timeout.
And that point by Egypt brings us to our first technical timeout.
Tempo técnico. Informamos que flashes não são permitidos nesta competição. Por favor, desliguem a função flash dos seus celulares e câmeras para que não atrapalhem o desempenho dos jogadores durante a partida.
First technical timeout play. Abdul Yazid of Egypt to serve.
Lovely spike. That's Wellington from Brazil. Straight through the defence. Unable to block this time. Renato to serve. Well, great block out. Abdallah hit it straight into the defensive block of Brazil. Straight out of play, gives them the point.
We're looking for that kill block, but well directed.
Musa to serve. And an ace. We'll take that, thank you. Opens up a 3-point gap now.
Yeah, the biggest of the game so far. First to double figures are Egypt. And immediately apologetic. Oh!
Well, straight at the body. Musa says, it's okay, I'll forgive you this time, but please don't do that again. 8-10, Gilbert to serve. Well, that serves long, that's a gifted point to Egypt. Playing the best of 5 sets. First team to 25 must take 2 clear points to win that. And Brazil on a roll.
Well, that'll make Daniel feel a little happier. Set it up nicely, picked his place. And used great power. Point to Brazil, especially after conceding that ace. A few points back, getting back into the game. Big kill block at the net. That's what it's about. Wellington, no Wesley. Oh, Fred had it covered.
Wellington to serve. Well, just in on the baseline. Point being given to Brazil. A substitution now. Number 6 Solomon's coming out. Number 8 Suda's going in.
Well, Fabricio is also making his way on for Fred, and Anderson is going to be making his way on for Renato. Brazil make a double substitution. Fabricio on for Fred. Anderson adds some real spike height at the outside hitter. Well, Brazil celebrating Anderson. Clear height advantage that he brings. Abuel here this time. Going long. Was expecting fingertips perhaps from the opponents, nothing coming. Level of 12. This is the Egyptian play though. Make it count. Egypt, bronze medalist in Athens 2004, 12 years on, looking for another Paralympic Games bronze medal. Looking for a second podium finish at the Paralympic Games.
Bushwick to serve. Open up that lead now to 2 points in this opening set. Bushwick will continue serving. Anderson unable to keep the ball in play. Point to Egypt.
And now a 3-point lead for the second time in this game. And a timeout called by Brazil, unsurprisingly, just trying to stop the scoring run.
Quando você aparecer no telão, me mostra. Mostra sua alegria. Vale dançar, vale gritar, vale torcer, vale aplaudir. Vale soltar sua energia e olha lá.
Elswick to serve at 15-12 in the opening set. Oh, nice dig by Elswick. It's being given to Egypt. Another timeout's been called.
Este é o segundo tempo técnico do
Technical
set.
timeout.
Dê as palmas, vai! Vamos animar, vamos agitar, vamos jogar energia positiva. Aqui pra quadra, vai!
Substituição no Brasil, sai número 11. Entra
Post-technical timeout play, Egypt leading by 4 points. 16 plays 12. Egypt to serve, still Elswick, the captain.
Quick substitution, Wesley, number 11 off, Levi on for Brazil. Ball has gone wide. So Brazil pick up a point, 13-16 now. Left by Rodrigo. Ribeiro. It's Daniel to serve. No contact on the way out of play. And straight out to the point to Brazil.
One of those rare plays where both sides celebrate in anticipation of being awarded the point. Point to Brazil, trail by 2. And now trail by 3. Again, gifting points to the opponent, gifting serves. Now we're getting to the critical phase of the opening set now. Best of 5, 2:25.
Abel Kier to serve. Anderson's spike attempt was blocked successfully.
Big block by number 12 on the front line.
Well, the triple play, and Abu El Yazid gets the last touch.
And again, blocks, but this time not good enough. And straight out of play, so Brazil take the point, 15-18. Levi just requesting that the floor is wiped. Levi to serve.
Egypt now 6 away from the opening point.
Egypt substitution number 8 coming out, number 6.
Net touch given against
At the net.
Wellington. Well, Yazid to serve at 19-15. Anderson just takes that one wide. Timeout has been called by Brazil.
Brasil solicita tempo.
Yazid to serve. Anderson unable to put that ball back over the net. Egypt are celebrating well. They're opening up a nice little cushion here. 6 points. So a substitution. First.
Quick reactions needed and splendid at the net from Brazil. Big play by Wellington required, and he stepped up. Great reaction time. And indeed, rounds out the points. But with that point, though, the kill block by Fred and Wellington combining at the nets. And there's a timeout by Egypt.
دلوقتي احنا طول ما احنا فاتحين بندور على القفله دي هتقفل اليمين هتقفل اطلع بعد ده كله تمرير محدش يرد على حد É hora de jogar energia aqui pra quadra. Vem torcida brasileira.
First time out play, Brazil to serve. Brazil point, big celebration on the Renato serve. Brazil to claw their way back in. They were trailing by 6.
They got the block out there. Renato to serve. 18-21. Fred with a spike and gets the block out again. Closes the gap now to just 2 points.
This is a very good run from Brazil, inspired by the excited crowd. Definitely responses to every play by Brazil that's positive. It's a scoring run of 5 now for Brazil.
Lovely ace from Renato. Egypt are just saying, come on, let's calm down. We've got this. Egypt called the timeout. Down by 1, 20-21. Malfoy to serve, 20-21. The ball is in, it finds a gap at the back of the court. Big celebrations from Brazil as they level the scores in this opening set. Nicely kept in play. Point being given to Brazil. Ball was deemed out of play as it came off the antenna. You can see the antenna clearly being struck. So Brazil now take the lead by 1. A substitution.
Zaid making his way on for Abu El Khair. But Egypt desperate to stop the scoring run of 7 by Brazil. They were leading 21-15. Brazil, 7 unanswered points on the Renato serve. And now this has turned the match in Brazil's tie in this opening setter.
This time straight out of play by Fred. Levels the scores now at 22 apiece.
Back in that tight situation where we started these sets. Egypt threatened to pull away. Brazil fought back admirably, but back level with 22 all, first to 25 with a lead of 2.
Joseph to serve. And straight out. Did that take a touch on the way out? No, deemed to go straight out of play.
Just great reaction from Egypt. The moment it was struck, every player parted, left it alone in anticipation of it going long. Indeed it was. Egypt 2 away from the opening set, and that is gifted a point right back to Brazil. So barring successive points here for one of these teams, we are going to see the opening sets go beyond 25.
Shiva to serve.
Oh, that's how you make the play at the net. Great little dump shot. Suleiman just puts it down. Abdul Khair back in. Set point to Egypt.
I'll have to serve for the first set. Well, lifting deemed against Egypt, so Brazil pull it back to level. Levi back on. And leave her off for Brazil. Wellington to serve.
How about that to set up set point for Brazil? Fred takes charge at the net. Made himself large. And a great play. Perfectly placed. Look at that celebration. Set point for Brazil.
Well, nothing to separate these two teams now. 25 apiece. We heard the announcement that the team that's going to take this first set must win by 2. Soliman to serve. Carry given against Egypt. Brazil now have set point again. Fred to serve. Set point. Second set point has been saved by Egypt. They're level now, 26 apiece. Musa to serve.
Egypt now set up set point again. So 27-26. Close to 25 or 2 points clear. Al-Shriq, the captain, trying to take Egypt home in this opening set.
And it's Egypt that take the first set. Well, they take the lead, 1-0. 28-26 in the first.
Torcida brasileira, não é hora de ficar quieto, é hora de fazer barulho!
So 28-26, Egypt take the opening set in a very tightly contested affair. Bronze medal match. The bronze medal place on the podium is at stake in this tie, and Egypt the advantage after the opening set. Well, Brazil had more opportunities to put spikes away and certainly did so. Egypt, though, just maintained a good, calm appearance, but their blocking at the nets looked to be very, very impressive. Not a little more hype, but certainly had some great combination plays.
Vamos com energia para o segundo set.
Thank you, Rodrigo. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is international competition at its best. It's sitting volleyball, and Egypt is up by 1 set in this bronze medal match. Brazil starting to serve in this set.
So it's Brazil to serve to get the second set underway. Egypt currently leading by 1-0. Brazilian coach asking questions, come on. Renato to serve. Comes off number 5 from Brazil, so the point to Egypt. Nicely disguised shot by Elswick. Abdallah to serve. Well, the spike from Fred. Egypt unable to control as it goes out the back of the court.
Spike by Fred. Brazil. It's Brazil 2-1 in the second set.
Gibet to serve. Nice block by Brazil. Takes them now to 3-1 in the second set. Lovely spike by Elswick. Straight down into the court, finds a gap between the defence.
Sometimes you just find when you've dominated an opening set and then allowed an opponent back in and closed it out, there's that moment of relaxation. So Brazil were threatening to get away with it. Egypt need to keep themselves in touch in the second set.
Nicely left by Egypt. So now that got a touch. Brazil take the point. It's Wellington to serve. Just getting instructions from the coach on the side, instructing as to where he wants the ball served to. Well left by Egypt, straight out of play.
Libero back on for Brazil.
Giba off.
Schwich, the captain, will serve for Egypt. Egypt trailing by 1, but having claimed the opening set. Just lined it up, did Fred, and again puts the shot away. For the spike.
He's using his height to his advantage. One spike after another. And now he serves.
Well, Brazil was scrambling for the vast majority of that point. 2 great digs by Fred to keep them in that point. In the end, just unable to produce a 3rd dig, and Egypt back to within 1. Egypt to serve, 4 plays 5. Abu El Khair.
Finds the angle. Cross court, what an angle to find. Brazil unable to defend it.
Well, he's the left-hander, is Abdallah, the only left-hander in the Egyptian roster. Sometimes can prove a little disruptive to opponents. Quick hands, but still Egypt points. Brazil looking to make the quick play, try and produce the dump at the net.
Abu El Khair to continue serving. Well, lifting, giving against Brazil, so the point to Egypt. Must keep Gomez in contact with the ground at all times, even when moving around the court.
Egypt back only leading by 1 at the moment as Brazil claw their way back in.
There's a net touch given against Egypt.
This Brazilian side improved fairly rapidly in recent years. In fact, 2014 World Championships, their silver medal performance was impressive. Perhaps more for their semi-final victory than anything else. A victory over the 5-time Paralympic champions Iran.
Brazil being given a point on this occasion. So Daniel to serve at 7-all.
That's long.
And the first technical timeout now. Scores at 8-7 to Brazil.
هو اللي هيكسبنا يا رجاله. ما اقفش على خطا. حاجه تعالى للجول. ما اقفش عليها. لازم عليك. ما اقفش على خطا.
Daniel to serve at 8-7. Lovely spike from Abdallah.
Great control of the net from Abdallah. Left-handed rocket that he produces. Level at 8 in the second set. Egypt having claimed the opening set.
Yazid to serve for Egypt. Nice dig. Oh, great play. Manages to find a way through the defence.
Well, Renato just brought that down.
See just how much every point means. Levi to serve. And he keeps it in play. Well, the point to Egypt. Given against Brazil. Wellington just saying it wasn't me.
Good point played, got to move on. Get on to the next point.
Musa to serve, 9-all. Egypt get the block out. Elshwick absolutely hammered that one down.
Just serious wind-up, serious wind-up from Elshwick.
Musa again. Well, this time straight into the net, gifting the point to Brazil. as the scores at 10 apiece. Renato will be next up to serve. Nicely disguised by Elshwick. Trying to go over the top. Takes a touch on the way out, so point to Brazil. Just caught the fingers of Abdallah. Sense a bit of frustration now from the Egyptians.
Oh, great kill block. Well, that is the type of play. We'll just buoy the confidence, and a timeout called by Egypt.
Somehow Brazil managed to keep the ball in play. Abdallah with a spike. Fred this time with a spike, but it goes long. So Abdallah to serve. Substitution now. 14. Kier is coming off. Number 7 going on.
Oh, Amir straight into action. Tips it over at the net, levels it up at 12. How about that for a super substitution? Immediate impact. Ahmed Amir. Just buoying the confidence. El Shweikh couldn't keep that in play. As Fred goes for the big play, it'll be Chiba to serve. Brazil leading by 1. In the second set, Egypt having claimed the opener, 28-26.
Nicely blocked by Egypt. It's number 6, Soliman. Soliman is about to come off. Going on in his place, Masoud.
Scores England, second set. Egypt up 1 set.
Masoud straight in to serve. Cheeky kiss of the ball, hoping this one will go in for him. Well, that's gone long. Fred spike straight out of play, nicely left by Egypt. Enough height on the set there. 4 touches actually given against Brazil, so Egypt now opening up a 2-point lead. Masoud to continue serving. gets the block out. Egypt keep it within 1 point. Wellington. The block is good by Brazil. Let's block out. Gets a touch. Keeps Wellington in serving position. Well, the score's now tied at 15-all. And again, block out. Well, Fred's spiking really is second to none at the moment, and it needs to be. We've now got second technical timeout, scores 16-15 to Brazil in the second set.
Pois o uso do flash não é permitido durante as partidas, isso atrapalha a concentração dos jogadores. Muito obrigado, senhoras e senhores.
Ladies and gentlemen, a quick reminder, there is no flash photography allowed in the venue. Please be respectful to our athletes and turn the flashes off on your cameras and cell phones. And tell the person next to you as well. Thank you.
الكرة بتبقى وراه، اسمع يا حناوي. رقم 8 الكرة بتبقى وراه، شاف. بيأثر.
Double touch given against Egypt.
Call on Abdel Latif.
The ball is called in. 18-15 now to Brazil. Heads are dropping slightly on the Egyptian side. Absolute precision from Fred. And another timeout being called by Egypt. They're trailing by 3. Wellington to serve, 18-15.
Oh, that was brilliant from Egypt to keep it in play in the first place. Brazil can't round out the point when they had Egypt scrambling. And yeah, just rounding out the point. He's been an inspired substitution in the second set, just when Brazil have threatened to get away.
Schwick to serve.
Oh, Egypt producing some magic plays. The little pancake by Amir got the ball up in the air and allowed Abu El Said to put that away. So continuing on the El Schwick serve. Egypt trail by 1. Oh, block at the net again. Egypt taking control. 3 unanswered points now. And Brazil go for the timeout. Abu El Yazid with the block. Fred and Wellington look at one another as if to suggest what is going on. Timeout called.
Schwick to serve, 18 all. Oh, nicely kept in play. And the point goes to Brazil. Tremendous effort to keep that in play, and Rodrigo very well. Just watch the movement across the court. He really did rock it, didn't he? Change now. Renato on, Anderson off, Fred is off, Fabricio is on for Brazil. So slight change, trying to mix it up as we approach the business end now of the second set. Egypt took the first set. Still in play. Well, the ball can come off any part of the body, but only 3 touches allowed. And Brazil just lost control towards the end. Abdallah is now back on for Egypt. It's number 7, Amir to serve. Big spike attempt by Anderson, well left by Egypt, straight out of play. Egyptian coach just saying, calm down, it's all good, we're in control. So Brazil now levelling the scores, 20 apiece. Discussions going on, the Egyptians trying to get things back in order.
This is why the coach just calling for calm. They were 6 points clear in the opening set, and they allowed Brazil to get to a position which they had set point at one stage. So,
What a serve.
oh, brilliant.
And a delicate block, but it was enough to find the space. Fabricio, well, we see the fiery character that he is. He brings the team to life just when they need it. Daniel again. Point to Egypt. Spike from Abdallah is good. Just gets the block out.
Number 6 going into the match.
Substitution now.
Masood is out.
Suleiman makes his way on for Masood.
Level score.
Nice block. That was Anderson. Just at the right time.
Between Levy and Anderson, they set up a really good wall at the net.
You have to give them both credit when it's like that, don't you?
Oh, that was splendid. Set up for the big power play and instead went with the deft play. Musa, the outside hitter, with a clever switch. Soft spike, but a point to Egypt. 22 plays 22. The opening set went to Egypt 28-26. The lead of 2. They may go beyond the 25 in the second set as well. Tight times in the closing stages, and critical as well. Brazil can level it up, or Egypt can go 2 clear. Oh, you need to limit the errors, you need to limit the mistakes, and Brazil have made one. As Anderson goes long with his spike attempt, Egypt within 2 of taking a 2-0 lead. And Brazil with a timeout. First time out play critical for Brazil now. Egypt 2 points away from a 2-0 lead in this bronze medal match. Egypt to serve. Egypt just keeping themselves in the point, and then the error by Brazil, and set point to Egypt. Accelerations from Egypt. They still haven't closed out the set, but they've got 2 set points here.
It's Musa to serve.
Well, don't start celebrating too early is the message to Egypt. Brazil, fight back.
Well, it's still set point to Egypt. This time, Brazil to serve. Renato has the responsibility. This is pressure.
Oh, great serve.
Well, they bring it back to 24 apiece. It's a great recovery by Egypt. A bit of frustration now. Great recovery by Brazil, sorry. A bit of frustration by the Egyptians.
It's completely tucked up Abdel Latif. Egypt point. So set point again. Abdallah will have the serve. Amir back
off.
on.
Back on, yeah. Well, critical moment this. Set point. Yet again, Brazil able to find the magic point when it counts. Look to the heavens, 25 apiece in the second set. Brazil really could do with taking this one.
Substituição no Brasil. Sai número 5, entra 11, Wesley.
So substitution here for Brazil. Wesley for Daniel. Mujiba to serve. 25 plays 25. That'll be Egypt points.
Lifting given against Brazil. Gives them set point yet again. Solomon now to serve. Substitution is reversed.
Fourth set point for Egypt.
Lifting given against Egypt this time, so Brazil once again level the score. Wellington now to serve.
Well, the partisan home crowd willing Brazil home, but it's Egypt who get that point. Sweet with a kill block. And Egypt, fifth set point. Now Swift to serve. Fred going up for that spike again.
So 27 apiece. Fred to serve. Lifting being given against Egypt. The set point now moves to Brazil.
Oh, it just couldn't be any tighter. Two very evenly matched teams. I have a response for everything the opponent can throw at them in today's game. Bronze medal tie sees these teams level at 28 now in the second set. That's gone wide.
Well left by the Egyptians, gives them set point.
Fred looked to take control of the situation. He's been confident enough to do so. It hasn't always come off for him. But Egypt have set points.
Ahmed to serve.
Block out. Brazil point, 29-29. Again, Fred, who missed his previous attempt at a spike, sent it wide, gets it right this time, gets the touch off Amir and out.
Daniel to serve. Jiba is back on court. 29 all. Kept in play. And that's good. So Brazil now have set point. Finds the gap at the back of the court. No defence there. Spike by Fred, absolutely superb. Daniel to serve at set point. And Brazil take the second set and level the scores at 1 set all. 31-29 in the second.
Well, Egypt looked perplexed as to how they allowed that set to get away from them. 6 set points, still couldn't round it out, Egypt. But Brazil, 31-29 in the second after Egypt took the opening set, 28-26. Set all. 28-26 for Egypt in the opener. Brazil fight back, 31-29.
And this one could go the distance, best of 5 sets. All at stake as they play for the bronze medal. Here are the match statistics from, well, I guess the top line is what's most important. It's 1 set apiece. The blocks, well, pretty even. Digs, as you can see, Brazil getting themselves out of trouble more often. Egypt 1 up on the aces and on the service faults. Not much to separate these two teams.
Se você conseguir, pode dançar em cima também, vai!
Brazil gathering in anticipation of a 3rd set here. Just an enormous jolt of confidence for Brazil. They finished 5th in 2012. They're playing for the bronze medal in 2016 in front of their home fans. Just rising through the ranks in recent years. That silver at the 2014 World Championships, an indication of what they're capable of, and a gold at the Pan American Games last year. Silver at the World Champs. They defeated five-time Paralympic champions Iran in the semi-finals. Just gave an indication of just how good they are when they are playing to their potential. But it's a set apiece. Egypt start the third. Oh, taking control, brilliant from El Swiech. Generating enormous power. Lined it up. And Renato, no answer. Egypt at the opening point of the third set. Brazil respond immediately. Fred again into the action. Musa loses the serve. It'll be Giba to start for Brazil. Set apiece, a point apiece. Oh, kill block. Again, that combination. They set up for the wall so well together, Daniel and Wellington. That's just poor. Just an uncomfortable stretch for Musa, unable to keep that ball in play, and Brazil 3-1 to the good now. Starting the second set, the third set on a positive footing after winning the second set to level it up at 1.
She better serve. Block out for Egypt.
Much better from Abdullah. Abdullah and Suleiman side by side on that block, but Abdullah now to serve for Egypt. After a little mopping up duties done on court.
Oh, nice. Finds the back of the court, just inside the baseline. That's the ace that he would have needed to level the scores at 3 apiece.
It's going between Rodrigo and Daniel. Clever positioning from Abdullah.
And gets block out. And just wriggling its way through the defence. So Levi just requesting that the floor is mopped again. See Wellington now in to serve, taking words of advice from the coach in terms of where to serve to. Oh, lovely block. No.
No.
I didn't see the referee's decision there, so Wellington to serve, 5-3 up. And takes the block, takes a touch on the way through. The referee just asking to speak to Elshvik, who's the captain. It's only the captain that can talk to the referee, having a few words, which I'm sure he will now relay back to his team. All looks good. Suleiman. Spike by Fred didn't come off. And they were trying to play it off the net. Egypt pick up the point.
Abu El Yazid at the net.
ball off any part of the body. So the control is trickier with the feet. You can't get to it with your hands. That's the only solution. Pancake.
He's asking too much of Nariة.
Fred to serve. Now Rodriguez sliding across the floor as quickly as he could to try and make it to the ball.
Bringing the scoring for now in the third set, 6-all.
Elschwick now to serve at 6-all. Took a touch from the libero. Rodriguez off, Giba on for Brazil. Going to see Daniel in to serve next. Just inside. And we've got the first technical timeout being called now. Score 8-6 to Brazil.
Primeiro tempo técnico deste set.
Volleyball so much a part of the Brazilian psyche, great success on the Olympic stage, of course.
Daniel to serve. Loss of control by Elschwick, just unable to keep the ball in play. Against Brazil now, a 3-point advantage in this third set.
They're building into their game, this is good. And we have had some good success on Daniel's serve. Almost a fight for it at the net. Was there
point given to Egypt for a net touch, supposedly. See if we can see. Well, yeah, maybe. Referee's a far better position to make the call. So, Almeida to serve. And that one went very long, well left by Egypt. It back to within 1 point.
Ahmed goes long.
Well, nicely left by Daniel, just rocked back out the way, so he didn't put a touch on it.
First 10 points in this third set, Brazil.
Well, look how close it is. 1 set all, 10-8. Both teams desperately wanting to get on the podium. This is the bronze medal match. Dalla takes the touch. Well, that's just what he wanted. Timeout being called by Brazil. Apologies, it's not a timeout. Just a substitution.
Brazil in the third set.
So Suleiman in, Masoud out for Egypt. It'll be Awel Yazid to serve. Oh, Abdelatif just can't bring this under control. Again, there's some real power coming from Brazil. A couple of players who've been able to produce the real power, and Fred, Wellington, Rodrigo, a couple of big plays. This time it was Renato with the spike, and Abdelatif couldn't control. And Renato to serve for Brazil. Oh, ace.
And wasn't it ace? Found the space that he was looking for.
Well, high on confidence after producing the winning play in the last passage of play, and as a result, Egypt have called the timeout.
Renato to serve, 12-9. Point goes to Egypt, gets the block out. Musa to serve. A bit of miscommunication on the Brazilian side. Two players going for the same ball and then left the gap.
Well, at the moment I can tell you that Egypt, while El Shweikh might be the talismanic character, Abdallah is certainly motivating Egypt on court after every point.
That finds the line. Brilliant spike by Brazil.
Fred and Daniel. How about that? Fred goes good.
Giba to serve. And this time, that's gone long, so the point to Brazil.
The lead of 3, Giba to serve.
Kept in play somehow.
Again, Abdallah comes up trumps.
Well, it was out of play, but it took the touch from Fred on the way.
Just plays with such passion, Abdallah. What a serve. Egypt back to within 1. This match just continues to prevent any side from going well clear.
And the spike from Fred goes long. Well left by Egypt.
Well, Brazil with 3 points clear. It's 3 unanswered points now for Egypt. And we're locked at 14 apiece in a game which has already seen Egypt claim an opener, 28-26. Brazil fight back 31-29 in the second set. A set apiece, 14 all.
Now double touch given against Egypt. Point to Brazil this time. Egyptian coach is furious, needs to contain his feelings. Second technical timeout has been called. It's approached. Teams get to 8 and 16 points respectively. Technical timeout is given.
Então, se você trouxe uma bandeira, é hora agora de mostrar. Abra a tua bandeira aí. Vamos mostrar a bandeira da galera. As bandeiras todas na câmera das bandeiras, vai. Todas as bandeiras presentes aqui na nossa arena.
Wellington to serve at 16-14. Touch given against Egypt, unable to get himself out of trouble. Brazil now take a 3-point advantage in this third set. Wellington to continue serving. Nice spike. Comes off the block. Brazil just couldn't quite get it back this time. Manages to get through right between Levi and Daniel. Spike from Fred, hits the block and then goes straight out of bounds. Keeps the gap. 3 for Brazil. A few changes going on. Renato off, Anderson on. Fred is off. Fabricio on. Fabricio straight in to serve. And celebrates.
Well, this is turning out to be a really solid run for Brazil. Post technical timeout, they've gone 3 unanswered points.
Second timeout called by Egypt.
Egypt now call the timeout.
Tempo solicitado pelo Egito.
Match statistics so far, 1 set apiece. Blocks are pretty even. The digs, more to Brazil. So more aces to Brazil. Now Fabricio has just come on. He served the first one out. Can he do it again? Kept in play. Lifting given against Brazil, so the point to Egypt.
Egypt back to within 3.
Elshwick to serve. 16-19. Anderson claiming that one. Block was good. 4 points now, the lead for Brazil. It's the business end of this third set. How much they would love to go one set up. Daniel to serve. Well, disguised by Musa. Out of the hard-hitting spike, went for a more delicate touch, didn't quite get the result that he wanted. Lead on, Elshwick off. Communication, point given to Brazil.
It's starting to look scrappy now for Egypt. Saeed, who's not had much time on court, just placing this in behind.
Completely mishit it, went through his fingers.
Yazid, yeah, completely went through. Substituted straight out. Saeed. Back in is Elshwick, the captain. Brazil lead by 6. Make that 5. There's going to need to be some fight back from Egypt here if they are to deny Brazil the second of 3 sets.
Now to serve. Big swing from Giba, manages to keep it in play. Still in play. Unbelievable what we're seeing right now. Well, that has to be the longest rally that we've seen. Egypt win the point. Some just incredible saves from both teams.
And roaring responses every time. How Giba pulled out 2 of those digs. Just incredible to get Brazil, keep them in that point for the longest time. Both sides setting up spike opportunities, block opportunities, but the rallying was superb. Brazil, Levi takes control, little dump shot. What a height did you have between the likes of Wesley and Levi and Anderson and Wellington. Great chance to take control at the net for Brazil. Levi to serve. Wellington with a great recovery, Anderson with a deft touch, and Brazil now set up set points in the third set for a 2-1 lead.
Number 4 is on
Egypt making the substitution here. Abdallah makes his way off. Abu El Gheir makes his way back on.
Levi to serve, set point. And it's there. No, it's not. Oh, goodness me. Wow. Brazil started to celebrate as if they'd won the point.
Muted celebrations indeed.
So still at set point. Service now to Egypt. And this time it is theirs. Brazil take third set to take the lead, 2 sets to 1. 25-19 in the third.
Big play on the final point, Anderson. That'll do. Brazil, having gone down by a set, bring delight to those who watch at the Rio Centro Pavilion. 6 partisan crowd delighted with the result of the third set. Egypt having taken the opener 28-26, 31-29 and 25-19 now for Brazil in the following 2 sets, lead by 2 sets to 1. Still 2 very evenly matched teams overall. Set up more opportunities in the third set for spikes, did Brazil. Neither side really executing too many successfully, but Egypt scrambling 14 digs to 4. 4 aces for Brazil though. In a sense, really got themselves onto a decent roll at times. These things stand overall in the match, 35 digs apiece. It's Brazil putting away 10 more spikes overall in the game. Blocks have now leveled up.
Start of the fourth set. Brazil up 2 sets. This is great city volleyball competition. It's the bronze medal match, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure your favorite team knows who you're rooting for. And here we go.
Captain of Egypt, El Swich, with a few words for the first referee, Ibrahim Firouzi of Islamic Republic of Iran. But Brazil having trailed by a set, now lead by a set, 2-1. This is the start of the fourth set in the bronze medal match in the men's sitting volleyball competition. Brazil, chance to claim a medal and a podium place at their home Paralympic Games for Egypt. Opportunity a dozen years on to get their second Paralympic Games medal. Egypt starts with the opening point of the fourth set.
Brazil giving Egypt the first point. Once again, in sitting volleyball, both products have to be on the ground when the player
We're set into the service position now for Egypt. Lifting given against Brazil, so the second point also goes to Egypt. Also will continue to serve. Fred being persistent at the net, it's paid off. Not happy with something though, shaking the head. Oh, so hit the ball clean in the face, shrugged his shoulders as if to say, well, we should have blocked it. Gibet to serve. Touches given against Egypt, so Brazil now back on level terms. Let's get live. Block out. Sorry, nice block, full stop. Players working very hard, getting a bit sweaty on court. Gibet to serve. Lifting given against Brazil this time. So 3 apiece. Amir coming on. Abdelatif off for Egypt. Dalat to serve.
Frantic mopping up duties. Court can get very sweaty, particularly later on in the game. At a frantic pace, it's certainly physically demanding.
Lifting given against Egypt, so Brazil now up 4-3.
Well, the double Olympic volleyball champion Serginho having visited the sitting volleyball team of Brazil. Tried a game of sitting volleyball as well, just trying to lift the spirits of this Brazilian side, give them confidence they're producing in this tournament.
Lifting against Brazil, point to Egypt.
Lifting contra o Brasil, quando vai para o Egito.
Well, the bronze medal at stake.
Partida 4-4.
This is a must win for the Egyptian side this set. Brazil, well, they're just looking for one more set to take the win. And they'll take that point.
Just making it too easy for your opponent. Suleiman with the error on the serve.
I'm not sure we're going to get to that ball. Rodriguez gives it his best.
little too much power. Flying off Wellington, Rodrigo, valiant effort, but never going to get there.
Ball's still live. Brazil thought they won it. And the ball is called out. So 1 point to Brazil. 6-5. And just saying we have puddles of sweat appearing on the court. Please can someone come and help? Daniel to serve. And serves out. It's a cheap point to give away to Egypt to level the score. Abdallah is now back on. Ahmed to serve.
Oh, Abdallah, brilliant. Came in and immediately took control at that net point. It's 2 in a row now. But that point has gone the way of Brazil. The wall is lining up nicely though for Egypt, regardless of the call against Abu El Yazaid. Questioning the referee's decision.
Levi to serve. Well, going for the back of the court, but misses. First technical timeout now at 8-7 Egypt.
Ladies and gentlemen, we invite you to remain with us after the next match, the gold medal match, for our medal ceremonies. Thank you.
Este é um tempo técnico. Senhoras e senhores, convidamos a todos a permanecer no pavilhão 6 após a disputa entre Bósnia e Irã para assistirem à cerimônia de premiação dos atletas. Muito obrigado.
Set 4 statistics. Looking pretty even. The blocks are good, but the big difference between the two teams now is the digs. Brazil 7-2.
There's a real intensity in this Brazilian side. They're maintaining their ability to not only compete with Egypt when Egypt looked dominant in the point, but their ability to stay in a rally and round out the point. That sort of character and determination saw them come through the second and third sets successfully. Victory in this full set will give Brazil the bronze medal in front of an expectant home crowd.
Abu El Yazaid to serve at 8-7. The spike's gone long. Brazil are claiming it came off an Egyptian player, but it didn't. And this time the spike is good from Fred. Gets block out. Renato to serve. Lifting given against Egypt. Abdallah furious with the decision.
Well, the organisation of Egypt on court is looking better and better. They looked unsettled, particularly late on in the second set and indeed in the third set, but they're looking better in this fourth set. The call of lifting against them, just infuriating Abdallah, but Brazil to serve, level at 9 in the fourth. Not for long though.
Taking their frustration out in form of excellent spikes. That's the way to do it. Musa. Net touch given against Egypt. Point to Brazil. And we're level. Giba is back in to serve. Blockouts being given to Egypt. Got a touch on the way out. Dala in position and ready for service. Brazil celebrate that point, keeping themselves right up in contention. Number 2, Levi comes back on. Rodrigo off. Wellington is ready to serve, just waiting for the court to be mopped up. Can't quite keep the ball in play. Point to Egypt.
Substitution, Egypt. 6 is now out.
So Masoud is going on. It'll be Solomon to come off. Masoud straight in to serve.
Right-handed setter, traditionally kisses the ball before he serves. Wide by Fred, so Egypt reeling off successive points here. Brazil call the timeout. Oh, Egypt point looked like it clipped the line. Now the Brazilians were celebrating in anticipation of the
referee's claiming it was a block out. Yeah, wow, goodness me. The referee has got that wrong there. There was no contact whatsoever. That ball went straight out of play. Egypt very lucky to get the point.
Four unanswered points. Brazil pull one back. Couple of substitutions here. Anderson makes his way on for Renato, and Fabrizio and Fred switch out on court. Fabrizio comes straight into serve. To Egypt, 4-goal advantage here. The fight back is on.
It's a second technical timeout now, 16-12 to Egypt. Statistics, Brazil up by 2-1. The announcers fairly even. Not too much to split these two teams right now. This is a must-win set for Egypt. Well, if Brazil can take it, then they will take the match in the bronze medal. All to play for here. 16-12. Elswick to serve.
Point Brazil. Brazil up 2-1. This is the fourth set. Egypt leading 16-13. And Brazil, number 5.
Next up to serve is Daniel.
Serving.
The spike goes straight out. Doesn't take a touch. So Brazil close the gap now to within 2. Well left by Brazil. 1 point now is the gap. They're right back in this. Took a touch, kept in play well. Well, there's block out from Anderson. Frustration now from the Egyptians. Scores a level at 16 all. Just seen that lead they had disappear. Huge attempt. And catapulting right off the block. Daniel to serve. Fabrizio to Anderson.
Definitely gone wide. This time though, that momentum just rocked ever so slightly. It was great momentum building for Brazil and Egypt. So Brazil had leveled it up at 16. Get back in it with that wide effort by Anderson. Anderson makes no mistake this time though, uses his height advantage well. And the spike, the highest reach of any of the players in the Brazilian side, and this time makes it count after the error in the previous play.
A big impact since he's been on, Anderson. Levi now. Does take a touch from Giba on the way out, so the point to Egypt, 18-17. A couple of substitutions. Fred and Fabrizio, will they swap?
Masoud out again, Suleiman back in.
which comes off Abdelatif. Jánero.
Brasil empata novamente. Em substituição, entra Renato, número 10, sai número 12. Entra também Fred, número 8. Sai Fabrício, número 7.
Anderson having a significant impact in this fourth set as Brazil fight to round out this bronze medal.
Just catches the hands of Rodrigo on the way out, so the point to Egypt. Who says to serve? Block goes straight out, so point to Brazil. They keep the match tight. 19-all. Big spike from Fred. Goes across the net and straight out of play. Shiba is next up.
So Abdullah steps up when it counts, and Egypt first to 20. Sets decided at 25 and a lead of 2. Egypt wanting to win this fourth set, bring themselves back into the game and see this match go to a decider. Brazil trying to round it out in the fourth. It's very tightly contested, and well,
got a red card given.
red card just issued by the referee, so going to see a loss of service here.
Disrespecting one another. So Brazil now have called a timeout. 2022. Suleiman to serve at 22-20. There's block out, it's gone straight out of play. Fred really is on form, just 1 point in it. This full set, Brazil lead by 2 sets to 1. Coming on for Daniel. A few words of advice. They change places. Well, that was quick. That touch given against Brazil. Well, that was a quick substitution. They reversed the decision.
Set point Egypt to bring it to even 2 sets to 2 sets.
Schwick to serve. 23-21. this time the ball goes to ground. Brazil close that lead to just 1 point. Themselves within touching distance of this match.
The score is 23-22 Egypt.
Critical phase of this game once again. Egypt lead by 1, but Brazil to serve. It's gone wide. Egypt set up set point here.
Now set point 24.
This is a big moment in this match. Set point for Egypt. This will bring the scores level if successful. Brazil, well, if they can turn this set around, they would take the bronze medal. So all to play for.
Gone long.
And Egypt have it. They've levelled the scores now at 2 sets apiece. 25-22 in the fourth. This punch from Abdallah, well, that says it all.
Well, Brazil going to their go-to guy, Fred on the spike. Goes long. And indeed, Egypt, who won the opening sets, lost the next 2. Come back in the fourth, 25-22. Will go to a decider in this bronze medal match. First 4 sets to 25. The decider will be first to 15. A lead of 2. Statistics, well, Brazil just rallying so well. 16 digs to 3, substantially more than Egypt. But the spikes, Egypt landed more in the fourth set overall, and it told ultimately in the set score. Brazil set up more chances. Overall, there's very little separating these sides, but certainly Brazil are on top in terms of digs in the game. They've scrambled and rallied really well. A few service faults from Egypt that would have concerned them earlier on, but brought it under control as this match has progressed, particularly in the fourth set. But do want to be landing more spikes as they seem to do in the fourth set. It's 2 sets all. We're at the start of the decider. Brazil, they can round out this 5th set. First to 15, lead of 2. They will claim an historic first ever medal in the men's sitting volleyball competition for Egypt, who serve. Chance to claim their 2nd bronze medal.
The spike attempt from Fred just goes long. First point in this deciding set goes to Egypt. Well, block out this time given to Brazil. To serve. Just takes a touch on the way out. And just off Wellington. Attempted the block, didn't quite execute. Abdallah to serve.
Good to hear from Brazil. Straight response from Daniel. Just trying to go wide of the blocker. Suleiman making himself larger than it, but deliberately directing that ball wide. Celebrations again from all on the Brazilian side, buoyed by this crowd. It's 2-2 in the decider. 2-2 on sets.
Great spike by Fred. Brazil now at 3-2 in this fifth and final set. An all-important final set that is going to decide who is the bronze medalist. Wellington. Two-point gap opening up now.
Let's say scoring runs become so important. And indeed, Egypt call the timeout, trying to disrupt the momentum of Brazil here. Brazil lead. Substitution here as Musa's back on and Masoud rather comes back on, and Suleiman leaves the court. So Brazil to serve, a lead of 4-2. Wellington with the ball in hand. Point Egypt.
Lockout given. And brought the coach into play as well. Two-point lead in this fifth and deciding set.
Substituição no Brasil. Sai número 8, entra Fabrício.
Fabricio exchange positions, and so does Renato and Anderson. Fabricio straight back into serve. Given against Brazil, so the point to Egypt. Daniel not happy with the decision, shaking his head. His decision is final. Quick to serve. 4-5. Deemed as lifting as Rodrigo launches himself in the air to try and keep the ball in play. So the scores are now tied at 5 apiece. 2 sets all. Spike finds the court. Celebrations from Brazil and Anderson. Fabricio clearly pumped up.
Well, should have been keeping Egypt in after a few magnificent digs to deny Anderson a successful spike, but in the end, he has the final say in that point. Brazil lead by 1.
Fabricio keeps it in play. And it's in! Tremendous play from Brazil. Scrambling around, but they managed to keep it in play and win the point.
This is the kind of play that changes the complexion of the game. Brazil, for a moment, were doing nothing more than scrambling. I don't think anybody in the auditorium really believed they were in that point right until the moment that ball touched in the back half of the Egyptian court. And now lead by 2. Egypt doing what they needed to, fire straight back with the point to stay within touch. 1 point difference.
Abdallah back on for Abdelatif. Ahmed to serve. The scores are tied at 7-all. There is not much to separate. There's nothing to separate these two teams. This is the 5th and deciding set in the men's sitting volley 2016 Paralympic Games. Bronze medal to be decided shortly. Ball's gone out. Point to Brazil. That's the first technical timeout in this 5th set.
In the 5th set, there is a side switch at the 8th point. It is 8-7 Brazil. 5th and deciding set, bronze medal match, sitting volleyball, ladies and gentlemen. It doesn't get much better than this.
As this has gone to a 5th set, the teams will now change ends. Crowd really getting into the spirit of things here. They are willing Brazil on to win the gold. Egypt are doing all they can to deny them. Just 1 point separating both teams now in this 5th and deciding set for the bronze medal. Point to Egypt. They managed to find the ground on the other side of the court. Scores a level. Solomon back on. Masood off. Nicely kept in play. Ball's still live. And now it's not. Point to Brazil. Time out. Substitution has been called.
Just immense passion on court, immense passion all around, the energy.
Got a change now. Fred for Fabrizio. Anderson is off. Renato is on and straight in to serve.
Abdullah fights back for Egypt. 9-9 now. Again, these sides just can't be separated. 2 sets all, 9 points all in the decider. Couldn't be tighter. Egypt first to double figures. Abdullah proving inspirational for Egypt. And the timeout has indeed been called by Brazil. Well, this is it. Egypt are making a push in the closing stages. They lead Brazil by 2. They're 4 points away from rounding out the bronze medal.
And that was a big block out at a very important time.
Brazil are still not out of it, though. Crowd know it.
Elswick gets the block out. Teams are back on court now. Wow, this is pretty much it. Everything on the line. Bronze medal at stake. It's Musa to serve. 12-9 in the 5th and deciding set. Well, that's deemed to be in. Against Egypt. Either way, the point is to Brazil. We've got a change now. Wesley on. Daniel Cuba to serve at 10-12. Rodrigo unable to keep the ball in play. There's a 3-point gap again. Dalla is going to be into service position, and he would desperately love to close this game out.
Oh, again, Egypt setting up match point now. The block out, and they have, well, a 4-point lead. And as they set up this match point, it's 4 attempts to win the bronze medal for Egypt. Abdullah serves. Well, Brazil fighting back. They're still not out of it. They're higher ranked than Egypt in the world rankings, but at the moment Egypt, who beat Brazil in the group stages, are still poised. Still have 3 set points to try to close out this bronze medal match.
Pressure serve now for Wesley. Sorry for Wellington. 11-14, final set. Well, they're closing the gap. Brazil are keeping their hopes of a bronze medal alive. Back to within 2 points. Timeout now called by Egypt. Serve 12-14, match point against them.
Oh, they go long, so Brazil are fighting back. 3 unanswered points now for Brazil. Egypt set up match point, bronze medal point. They had 4 of them. This is their very last one.
And there it is, the decision. Bronze medal has gone to Egypt. What a match.
Well, there's just absolute delight. There's ecstasy in the Brazilian camp, in the Egyptian camp. Brazil have been defeated. Well, it's been a tenacious tussle between 2 sides that really could not have been closer. Overall, Brazil won 117 points, Egypt won 116. But it's the number of sets that count. Egypt having drawn first blood by claiming the opening set 28-26. A fight back from Brazil to win the next 2. Egypt leveled it out at 4th set with a 25-22 victory, and then in the decider claim it 15-13. It really could not have been closer. Mutual respect. And Brazil so agonizingly close to a first Paralympic Games medal in sitting volleyball. But it's Egypt, a dozen years on from their first, who claim their second bronze. another successful campaign. Amir in tears, Abdul Latif. Also, embraces all round from the Egyptian players, coaching staff. So significant, the contributions of the support staff and the technical officials in each of these teams. Well, Abdullah has donated his jersey to some lucky recipient in the stands. This the moment. Al Shweikh, the captain with the spike, the talismanic captain, has led Egypt to success in this bronze medal match. Delight for Musad El Aidi, the coach